Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
What's up, nerds? Welcome to another episode of the Multiverse Report. Tonight, we are, guess what? Recapping what? The week's nerdy news. From where? Krypton to where? Dathomir. And everywhere, where? In between. Who am I? Mike Gibson. Who is with me? As always, Steve Haller. What's up, Steve?
Hi, how are we? What's going on?
Did you like that variant intro?
Yeah, that was unique.
Off the top of my head.
Just winging it.
Gotta switch it up every once in a while.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah. No. Everything's good here. How are you?
All systems normal.
Everything's fine.
We're all fine here. How are you? Steve, are we referencing Star Wars right now?
I think we are, Mike.
Interesting. That's very interesting that you and I would be referencing Star Wars when we are about to launch a new Star Wars podcast together with our friends Alex LaRose and Amber Verity called Haven't Seen Star Wars.
We are.
Where all four of us watch all the Star Wars movies. Steve and I being huge fans forever, and Alex and Amber having never seen them before. That's a thing that's happening. If you missed last week's big announcement, we're not going to shut up about it forever. Really, forever.
Yeah.
Until we're done with that other podcast, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah, and what's cool about it right now is that last week we announced it, but this week you can actually go and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You can subscribe to Haven't Seen Star Wars. You can listen to a trailer for the podcast that is out right now, which I think gives you a pretty good hint of the vibe of the podcast. Some hints at some of the reactions that Alex and Amber have to some of the films. So go listen to that trailer. Subscribe to us so you don't miss an episode. Haven't Seen Star Wars is dropping May the 4th, or at least our first episode is dropping May the 4th, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep.
So please go and subscribe and do those things. Listen, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell the world.
Like, subscribe, do everything you feel like.
Do all those things. You can follow us. We also have an Instagram account. You can follow us, Haven't Seen Star Wars on Instagram, Haven't Seen Star Wars on Threads. We're getting a Patreon into shape. We had a YouTube channel up and running if that's how you prefer to experience your podcasts, because it will be video as well as audio. So you can watch us on YouTube as well as listen to us. So go check that out. Subscribe to that. What am I missing, Steve? Is there anything else that they should be
No, not
latching
really.
onto?
Just trying to figure out my audio here. But I think I've got
bad?
it. No, it's running in and out of how loud it is.
Ah, okay. Well,
Per Brian in the chat.
What's up, Brian in the chat? So anyway, yes, do all those things for Haven't Seen Star Wars. Support us in any way. If you see us posting something, like it, share it, please. Trying to get the word out about this podcast. Trying to get people to subscribe, follow us so they can be in the know. Just like all you wonderful people that have already done those things. Because I know there are some of you out there that have already done those things. And I appreciate it. So does Steve. So do Alex and Amber. We got to talk about getting them on this show for a special guest appearance quickly.
Yeah, we got a lot of things coming up soon as far, in the Star Wars realm, because we've got that launching. We're going to try and get them on the pod. And then we've also got our annual May 4th episode coming up. So
that's true.
It's going to be a Star Wars month here coming up on the Multiverse Report.
That's true. We should probably schedule a record for that May the 4th recording. And I think it's probably too early to say the topic. Do we ever announce that ahead of time? Maybe like a week ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I got to start confirming my list, shoring some things up, doing some rewatching possibly.
Yeah, I'm kind of it's one of those where I keep thinking about that of like where does this fall? What is this? And then I guarantee there's ones of said topic that I'm forgetting.
Sure. Yeah. I'm doing rewatching on top of rewatching. I'm doing passive rewatching for myself and for our listing, and then also active rewatching so I can continue to make a podcast called Haven't Seen Star Wars. Lots of Star Wars going on in my brain right now, which, in my opinion, never a bad thing. Not going to complain about that.
I would
really
agree.
Ever. I don't think. So what are we talking about tonight? This episode, we got a DC trailer. We got some Lord of the Rings news. And we got some tally results from Syracuse Collectors Con. Steve and I were at Syracuse Collectors Con last weekend. And as we do when we do cons together, me selling comic books and Steve and I promoting this podcast, we asked some questions, took some surveys of the crowd on some nerdy questions, nerdy preferences. And we have the results of that. Steve will be going through those later in the show.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there'll be some solid discussion on that, too. There's some solid questions. I think this was one of our higher end questions.
Yeah, these are some quality questions.
Yeah.
I think I gotta say. And also we'll be drawing this the first time we ever tried doing this at a con this year. We were auctioning off, not auctioning. That's not the right word. Just giving away, just a giveaway of a Wolverine art print by the artist whose name is escaping me. You know it.
John Tyler Christopher.
Yeah, of course. So a really cool Wolverine print that we are going to be drawing the name of later in the show. And that is that. But right now, I got to tell you that this podcast is, as always, sponsored by Funky Town Comics and Vinyl. I also have a comic to review later in the show. Steve may as well, I believe. Been a little bit since we've both had a comic to review.
It's true.
To get back on that train in a big way. But first, we're starting things off. The big trailer from DC Studios. This is a full trailer for the upcoming Supergirl film being released this summer. I think it's June. Am I right about that?
I think so.
I don't fully remember. But we got a teaser a month or two, June 26th.
Yep.
June 26th is when it comes out. So we got a bit of a teaser, which is a pretty strong teaser when it came out, I thought. And this is a full trailer, gives you a little bit more of the story, a little bit more of the characters, a little bit more of characterizations. And I got to say, I thought this was great. I mean, I'm locked in for this movie, no matter what, because I've read the source material. And I'm a fan of the James Gunn Superman film. I'm a fan of everything we've seen from this universe so far, although Superman's been the only movie. Peacemaker Season 2, Creature Commandos, big fans of those things. So, like, and I'm a DC guy, so I'm invested in this. I'm ready to see this movie. I do think that this trailer explained a little bit more of her motives and did more to differentiate her from her cousin, Superman, which I think is smart.
Right. Right off the bat, even. Like,
right off the bat.
First thing in the trailer, you hear a phone call between the two.
Yes. Or not even between the two. He's like leaving her a message. Yeah. Because she's not talking to him.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's really smart for them to try as best they can to make it apparent that this is not a sequel to Superman. And she's not Superman's sidekick or anything like that. You know, like, she is a radically different character, despite wearing a similar styled costume. She's a radically different character. And is going to be written in a radically different tone. Like, this movie certainly does not look like the James Gunn Superman. But we got more of the plot. We got more of Krem of the Yellow Hills. We got Crypto being sick and her needing to save him. We got more Lobo. We got more of the girl whose name I'm blanking on right now from the book.
Oh God.
Why can't I remember her name?
Oh,
I had it when I started this sentence and then it left me completely. It's not Kira, but it's like something.
Like Ruthie.
That. Ruthie, yeah.
Or if that's Ruthie, how you pronounce it, because that's how it's always been in my head. Because it's spelled Ruthye.
Right.
So I'm like, I think that might be it.
Yeah, it's like a fancy spelling of a normal name.
Yep.
Which I think, if you can pull that off in a cool way, I think that's always works. So we get more, Krem of the Yellow Hills not only killed Ruthie's family, but also is the one that is responsible for Crypto being sick. So Supergirl has multiple reasons to go after him. Got a lot more Jason Momoa as Lobo in this trailer.
Lot of Lobo.
And I don't know. I thought it was great. And I know there's been some backlash just from the regular people who, some people just don't like seeing women in superhero movies. Some people complaining that they think it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. I don't really see that. I get what they mean, but I don't really think it looks like Guardians too much. And I don't know. I thought this was great, but again, I'm in the bag for this movie, and it's not that you're not, Steve, but I feel like just being less of a DC guy, what did you think of this trailer? Did it work for you?
I thought it was good. Like you said, knowing the source material, it was good to see some of that on screen, because the teaser didn't really... The teaser actually made me question how much of Woman of Tomorrow they were going to go with.
Sure, same.
This definitely was like, nope, they're in the Tom King bag. That said, the amount of Momoa, like, I'm curious where Lobo's fitting into the puzzle here.
Because he is not in the source material.
Right.
Lobo is not a character in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Yeah.
And, the crypto thing expands on a little extra. There's enough extra pieces of the puzzle that it's not just a rote recharacterization of Woman of Tomorrow.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. I do like the tonal shift. People aren't wrong when they said it feels like Guardians, but it's also a James Gunn joint. And like,
well, it's not though. I mean, he produces it, but he didn't direct it. And he didn't write it.
But like at the same time, like
he is in charge of it.
There's a certain feel that even Superman, like you could Superman especially because he was directly involved.
He was wrote and directed it. Yeah.
Right, but like you can kind of tell his handprint is on this just by the way, whether it's how they cut the trailer. Or whether it's what the movie's actually going to feel like, I don't know. But off the bat, I get why people are saying that. I don't find that as a negative, but I get why people are saying it.
I guess that's what I do. I do too. I don't see it as I don't see it as looking like a complete ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy.
No,
I see it as a rogue character who is, aimless and without focus in space, finally finding something that she feels like the need to stand up for, which is kind of like a vague synopsis of Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess. But so I guess if you're applying certain visuals to that story, things are going to maybe be similar because, you are going to dive bars and you're not dealing with the upper crust fancy pants aliens that you're maybe used to in like a Superman book or something like that. These aren't like high Krypton people, although we do get a snippet of that because it looks like we get a flashback to Kara meeting Crypto as a puppy, which I think is great. There's like some Kryptonian fancy pants robe wearing Kryptonians in that scene. So yeah, like I get it, but I don't see it as a negative necessarily because how many movies look like Guardians of the Galaxy? 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I don't know. If one movie wants to take influence from Guardians of the Galaxy, great.
Right.
I'm fine with that.
That happened to be 3 really goddamn good movies.
Yeah, yeah. And at the end of the day, I don't think this movie is going to feel like Guardians of the Galaxy. No. I think it might, even if it does look, if we get to the theater and we're like, wow, this looks exactly like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well,
it's not going to be the same story. It's not going to have the same feel or probably the same tone, I don't think.
No, and I think a lot of where that comes from is the fact that if you look at how it's shot and the lighting, a lot of that looked very much like the Nowhere scenes. That kind of dirty, dingy, like it was very reminiscent of Nowhere and or the Ravager ships and stuff like that. So I get it. The rest, like, is the whole movie going to be shot like that? I can't imagine. But you never know.
I can't imagine. And like you said, this trailer was heavy on Lobo and heavy on that dive bar, which is similar to Nowhere. So I guess visually, at least.
Right. And Lobo 100% could be someone that hangs out in Nowhere if he was in the Marvel universe.
Totally would be in Guardians of the Galaxy if he was in that universe, but he's not. But you know, from reading the source material, you and I know that this is going to be like a universe spanning story, and she's not going to spend all of her time on that one planet in that one bar.
That's literally
I can't imagine
the beginning. Sends it on its way from there.
And I can't imagine that they're going to hit every plot point and every planet and every trial that she goes through in the book, because not only is this just a 2-hour movie, roughly, they also say in this trailer that she has 3 days to save Crypto, which I don't think is ever explicitly said in the book how long they are on their adventure, but it seems like way longer than 3 days.
Yeah, it's got to be
in the book. But I get putting a clock on it in the movie just to like create some tension, create a deadline, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you gotta up the stakes.
Yeah. So like I don't think she's not going to travel the universe quite as thoroughly as she does in the book, but she's definitely not going to spend the whole 2 hours fighting those you know, barbarians or whatever in that dive bar.
Right.
So do you think this trailer, because we talked about this when the teaser came out, do you think this trailer works for like the general public? Like you and I are seeing it because we've read the source material and we know the character and we love James Gunn Superman, and a lot of people love James Gunn Superman, but do we think this movie is going to do as well as James Gunn Superman?
I can say, because I hadn't I don't know when it dropped, but I saw it yesterday in the Super Mario movie when I went to go see it with my son.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's right at the front of Super Mario Galaxy.
That's a good place for it.
Yeah.
That's a good place for it.
100%. You know, it's funny though, because it was almost like the trailer was a little darker and more adult than I would have expected for something coming out of that movie.
Yeah.
That said, seeing it on the big screen was awesome.
I bet.
But yeah, I don't know what the hell to expect out of this movie.
I know. Yeah.
I know I'm going to be happy watching it, and I know I'm locked in, but like talking to my wife, she was like, yeah, okay. Like it seemed fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like I'm worried that because Supergirl is a lesser known character than Superman, and a lot of people that have heard of Supergirl don't really understand Supergirl. Like I said earlier, like this trailer did a good job, I think, of making it clear she's not a sidekick.
Right.
She's not just another Superman, you know. But
and that even if she was, she doesn't want to be. Like that's not how she's going to be portrayed.
Yeah. But how many, you know, average Joes on the street know that, you know? And the fact that it's not taking place on Earth, the fact that not only is it a super powered person that looks like Superman and dresses like Superman, she's in, you know, it's like Superman meets Star Wars or something like that, you know, like is that a turnoff for people where it's not Superman saving human beings from an angry billionaire, it's Supergirl saving an alien girl from alien marauders or whatever, you know? Does that turn people off? So, well, I mean, I'm hoping that it does well, but I don't think it's going to do as well as Superman. No. But I hope that the fact that, like, you know, it's coming out late June, so it's like right before 4th of July weekend. So it's got a good spot, you know. Yeah. It's kind of clear of Spider-Man and Mandalorian, like other big movies that are coming out. So I hope that it hits. I don't think it's going to hit as hard as Superman, but I hope that it does well.
Yep. Well, another on the random train, Brian mentioned that they played it before They Will Kill You, and his fiance said effectively the same thing as Lisa. She said, you know, go see it with the comic book guys. So, you know, I don't know how it's going to hit for the general audience.
Yeah.
I'll be curious.
So Mario Galaxy is a good place for that trailer because a lot of kids are all kids are going to see Super Mario.
Yeah.
And whether you're, you know, if you're 5, you can handle Mario, but you probably shouldn't go see Supergirl. But if you're 9 and 10, you know, like our kids or whatever, or, you know, around that age, you want to see Mario, but also you could probably handle Supergirl. So like, you know, that's a way to get the kids in the door. especially if there's like a 10-year-old girl going to see Mara, and you're like, whoa, she can do what? You know, like, yeah, get her on the hook for Supergirl.
Well, that was so. Usually, I have a So anytime we go to a movie, my son and I have like, he knows at this point he's learned not to talk during the movie and during trailers and whatnot. Unlike half the people in the Super Mario movie, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
But like we've always had that kind of unspoken code of like I'll go like the gladiator. I'll give him the gladiator thumb in the middle, and he'll let me know where. And it was like it was like it was trending like 3/4 of the way up. I'm like, okay, like it's hitting
That's
some
great.
of the demographic that it wants.
That's a good signal.
Yeah.
My son just goes, he'll either go, I want to see that, or he'll go, maybe, or nope. Like, that's all. Like, okay.
There you go.
Great. He was fun because we saw, you and I should talk spoiler free. We should talk about Project Hail Mary because we've both seen that movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice.
Oh, really? You went and saw it again?
Yeah. Well, because my son really wanted to see it when the trailer came out.
Okay.
Like, he saw the trailer and he's like, I really want to see that. And he knew that my wife, Rachel, was really excited about it because she read the book.
Yep.
And I was excited about it just because I thought the trailer was great.
Yep.
And so it was a thing where we were like, based on the book, it's not inappropriate for you, but we're just going to see it first. And if we think it's not too intense or whatever, then we'll take you to see it. And we thought it was fine. And, some of the science stuff, I think, went over his head because it is very science-y.
That's the only thing I would have about taking my son to it would just be the losing him in the depth. Yeah.
And there's certainly things that, like I said, went over his head, but he really loved it. He thought it was great. And there's times when, they're showing like the expanse of that planet, Adrian, when they get there, or like when they're collecting. This isn't spoilers. I'm talking when they're collecting the sample and the screen changes.
Yep.
Just hearing my son just whisper next to me, "Wow."
Yeah.
It was awesome. That was great.
Dude, some of those scenes with like the aurora behind it and like the cinematography on that movie is just so insane.
Incredible.
If anyone has not seen it, if you can't imagine, I believe Mike and I would both give it a emphatic A+.
A+. It's like the first time I reviewed it on Letterboxd, I think my review was like something like, this is a movie that is the reason you love movies. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a blockbuster, but it also like has depth and substance and, an real emotional roller coaster. Like, you're laughing and it's like crying and you're happy crying and sad crying at different times.
It's everywhere.
And you're like, there's intensity to it. And it's like, oh my God, it's so good.
The way it's
go see Project Hail Mary. If you haven't seen it, go see it, people. Yeah. It's great. Ryan Gosling is out of this world good in this.
Yes,
he's so good.
And he's amazing acting against himself.
Yeah. He's alone for most of the movie.
It's insane.
So good. So that's our quick spoiler-free review.
You know what? It's Castaway in space.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. My God, it is so good. It's so good. And made me excited for Ryan Gosling being in Star Wars Starfighter coming out next year. I was like, I get more Gosling in space next year.
I actually said that to my wife when we were leaving. I was like, so he's like ramping up the Oscar campaign for this, heading into Star Wars so that he can make more money.
Yeah, that's like, I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember which one it was. It was one that talked about movies, and I got into a couple of new podcasts during Oscar season because they were talking about Oscar races and stuff like that. And basically this, I think it was The Big Picture, maybe. They're basically saying that the only thing standing in the way of this, I mean, it's early in the year, right? It was March when this movie came out. So like the only thing standing in the way of Project Hail Mary getting a Best Picture nomination is the other movies that come out between now and then, and whether or not, if those movies make people forget how good Project Hail Mary was. And I don't know, for me, I'm not an Oscar voter, but for me, it would take a lot for me to forget how good Project Hail Mary is.
Yeah,
like, time is
time is the only thing not on their side at this point.
Yeah. But also, like, Sinners came out in April of last year and was nominated for Best Picture in an award ceremony that took place in March.
I was this close. I was this close to getting my wife to watch it this weekend.
Oh, cool.
It just
nice.
it didn't work out because we had to wake up early, and it's what, two and change. It was already like 9 because with no school, it was already like 9+ by the time he was in bed and doing whatever. Yeah, and absolutely. I'm like, you're not gonna want to stay up till 11:30, are you?
No. Not happening.
No.
I think the other thing about Project Hail Mary, it's directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
Yeah.
Who we talk about in the show a lot for their involvement in Spider-Verse and like the Lego Batman movie. They've come up before in like the Lego movie, whatever.
Solo.
And Solo, sure. But guess what? They didn't direct any of those movies. They haven't directed a movie since 22 Jump Street.
What?
They are producers of all those movies. Yeah, they haven't directed a movie in over 10 years.
Huh.
They produce a lot of good stuff, but they haven't actually directed anything in forever.
Wow, so this was
I was
first,
shocked.
Yeah. This was the first thing they directed since that. Damn.
I know, isn't that crazy? And when did 22 Jump Street come out?
2014. That and the Lego movie both came out.
Over 10 years.
They had a pretty good year that year.
Yeah. That's crazy. And to come back with something so big and so ambitious and also so successful, I think is huge. And, you know, is there anybody at Lucasfilm being like, we should have let them finish Solo? They made a great space movie outside of our universe. Maybe we should have let them finish Solo. Crazy. Anyway, Project Hail Mary is great. Go see it.
Did I miss a memo somewhere?
What's that?
The Spider Within a Spider-Verse story.
Oh, the little short that came out?
Yeah, like a 7-minute short. I completely missed that.
Oh, it's good. It's on YouTube. Go watch it. That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like, you know, it's 7 minutes, so it can't match into or across the Spider-Verse as a work, but it's great. Yeah.
There we go.
Very cool. Anyway, okay, so we talked about Supergirl. Oh, that's why I started talking about Project Hail Mary, is because we were talking about our son's reaction to trailers.
Yeah.
And because Project Hail Mary is a movie for adults, most of the trailers were for grown-up movies, including Dune Part 3.
Oh, boy.
My son has never seen anything Dune-related at all.
Yep.
And he goes, what is this? I was like, it's called Dune. I was like, George Lucas actually stole some ideas from Dune for Star Wars or whatever. And he's like, okay. He goes, this is crazy. He goes, even if I could see this, I don't think I'd want to. I was like, it's more intense, buddy. I was like, we'll wait till you're older. Wait till you're older. You might want to see it when you're older.
It's like, and also, yes, you do want to see this.
You do want to see this because it's
you don't know it
yet,
yet, but you do.
Yeah. But I understand seeing the trailer for the third part, having no idea what it is, being like, this is weird and serious, and I don't understand what it is.
And the movie will get even weirder. So
even weirder. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Dune. Anyway.
Where were we? Did we ever run down?
Where were we? Well, we finished the Supergirl talk.
Oh,
and we tangented on movies in general and also Project Hail Mary. Was there? I saw another movie. Oh, I saw Hoppers, the Pixar movie Hoppers.
Oh yeah.
This week also. I thought it was okay. I heard it was really great, so I kind of had my hopes high, and then I just thought it was fine and kind of like, I don't know.
Generic
like it felt like a movie that could. It felt like it could have really been about something, but kind of wasn't.
Gotcha.
It was kind of toothless. It could have been this big environmental message, and then I felt like it really kind of whiffed on that. I don't know. There's like funny parts in it, but
yeah,
I don't know. Skippable in my opinion.
Yeah, I've heard it was very much Avatar with woodland critters.
Yeah, like they even make a joke about how it's not Avatar, and it's like, okay, well, this is a Disney movie just straight up referencing another Disney movie. Like that's kind of lame to me. I don't know. So I was kind of sour on Hoppers, in case anyone wants to know that movie opinion. Speaking of movies
from an 8-year-old's perspective, it was amazing. From a what perspective? I said from an 8-year-old's perspective, apparently it was amazing.
Oh,
so
great. great. Oh yeah, my wife loved it and my son loved it. So I'm glad they liked it. But I was like,
yeah,
could be so much more.
Not quite a cinematic masterpiece.
Right. Speaking of cinematic masterpieces, a while ago, someone made a movie called Lord of the Rings. 3 movies called Lord of the Rings with different subtitles, and we're getting another one of those. Shockingly, no one thought it would be possible, but here we are. We talked about it last week.
Lord of the Rings returned.
Somehow, Lord of the Rings returned. And we were talking about it last week because Kate Winslet was announced as being part of the cast. No, that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about how Stephen Colbert is writing a Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
Not this one that we're about to talk about.
So we've had a lot of Lord of the Rings news recently.
It's coming. It's rolling. Things are rolling. Things are in motion in Middle-earth. The movie we were not talking about last week is called The Hunt for Gollum. This is a movie that was announced a while ago and is a prequel / taking place at the same time as parts of Fellowship of the Ring. It's about Aragorn and Gandalf trying to find and capture the creature Gollum before he is found and captured by the Sauron's forces. Yep. The Naz. I was about to say the Nazgul, and I was like, I didn't know if that's actually who's hunting them, but it is, right?
I would assume.
Yeah. They're trying to get to Gollum, so Sauron cannot get the information about Bilbo from Gollum, which they gloss over real quick in Fellowship of the Ring. And this is being directed by Andy Serkis. He's also reprising his role as Gollum. It has been unofficially but officially known for a while that Ian McKellen is returning as Gandalf, and what's his face? Elijah Wood is returning as
what's
Frodo.
His face.
Dude, sometimes I have so much crazy knowledge up here that is meaningless outside of this podcast.
Right. Trust me, I understand this, Mike.
That sometimes it takes me a while to switch because we're just talking about Supergirl, we're talking about Project Hail Mary. My Elijah Wood is not in the forefront of that conversation, so it takes me a second to do the recall sometimes.
You mean Elijah Wood, notable for his work in Back to the Future Part 2?
Yes. Yeah. You got to use your hands. That's like a baby's toy. Elijah Wood. Also notable for his work in Sin City, playing a creepy dude. And he's in what?
Green Street
Funny
Hooligans.
horror movie did I see? Oh yeah, that's a good movie. I saw that once. I thought that was really good. The Monkey is a movie I saw last year that I thought was very funny and gory and horror comedy that he has a very small part in, but he's great.
Have you seen Toxie? Have you seen
the
Toxic Avenger?
New Toxic Avenger? I haven't.
I haven't either.
I heard it was good.
Yeah.
I heard it was good. I should sit down and watch it. I want to watch that, and I want to watch the Red Sonja movie that I'm sure is bad.
Oh,
I would like
can
to
only imagine how bad that is, and I also want to see it.
I got to see it, though.
Yep.
I want to see it, yeah. Anyway, Lord of the Rings. So because we knew, or more or less know that Elijah Wood is returning and Ian McKellen is returning to reprise their roles, I'm hearing a weird clicking sound from over on that side of my basement, but nothing's over there that's moving. Sorry. If I get attacked by a creature.
Yeah.
That's
I just see a big claw come in from the side. And
Yeah.
If that's the case, Brian, call for help.
Yeah, Brian, call somebody. Steve, you don't. Don't you call for
help. No,
help.
I got to keep the pod going.
Person in the chat do it.
Right.
Yeah, you have to.
We'll live cast this. Oh, yep. Brian can confirm Red Sonja is magically bad, but somehow always out of stock at his library. Someone always takes it out.
Bad. Big fan of the phrase "magically bad."
I think
I gotta say
we may have to run with that from now on.
I'm not sure what you mean by that, Brian. Can you give us a definition of what you mean when you say magically bad? I love it. And I think I know what you mean, but I would want to know for sure what you mean by magically bad.
That is one of the best descriptors I have heard in a good long time.
I love it, and I want to use it for the rest of my life. I just need to know more about it.
Also,
so pausing on that.
Elijah Wood apparently does not believe in aging.
Yeah,
which
that looks
inherently
good.
is a bit of a problem for what our main discussion is. Because Viggo Mortensen
Well, he
does believe in aging.
He does believe in aging for sure. And so the speculation was if Elijah Wood's coming back as Frodo, which is probably just a cameo, because he's not really in this story.
Right.
And Ian McKellen is coming back as Gandalf, who can probably just look old all the time. I'm sure they'll de-age him a little bit. They're definitely going to de-age Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood looks older enough to not look like baby-faced, baby-fat-faced Frodo.
Right.
So they're definitely going to de-age him a little bit. But the big question was, is Viggo Mortensen going to be returning as Aragorn? And most people that heard that question that knew anything about Viggo Mortensen thought, no, there's no way he's coming back for this. There's no way.
Watertown's own Viggo Mortensen.
Watertown's own. That's right. Let alone the fact that he was like 40 when he filmed Lord of the Rings, and now he's almost 70.
67 now, whereas Elijah Wood is 45 now.
Right.
Very big difference.
Very big difference. So officially, Andy Serkis announced this week. I can't wait to hear this, but I'm going to finish my sentence. Andy Serkis announced this week that Viggo Mortensen is not going to be returning as Aragorn, and they're going to recast the role in Hunt for Gollum. He said, I don't know what's out there at the moment. This is Andy Serkis. I don't know what's out there at the moment, but I know there's a lot of speculation. But let's just say we are recasting the role, and we are on the way to finding someone. So let's put a pin in that so you can read me Brian's definition of magically bad. I assume that's what you were reacting to.
Brian defined magically bad as a person could not make a movie this bad without some semblance of dark magic. So yeah.
Okay, great. That makes me want to see it more. I feel like I would like a movie that's magically bad more than just a movie that's bad. Like if it's magically bad, then I'm like looking at it like Madam Web to me was just like, I don't understand how so many people said yes to this. Like, this is impossible. This is impossible.
Yeah.
So if it's like that, then I'm down to watch a Red Sonja magically bad movie for sure.
So did you see the same day that Serkis dropped that Elijah Wood dropped a name on the Happy Sad Confused podcast?
As a possible replacement for Viggo Mortensen?
He basically said that Leo Woodall will take the part, and that he has tough boots to fill.
Who's Leo Woodall?
No idea.
No. Elijah, keep your mouth shut, man.
White
You're
Lotus.
spilling the beans, dude.
He was in White Lotus. Oh, okay. Now that I see a video or a picture. Pictures are the ones that don't move, right? Videos move, pictures don't. Yeah. Got it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember.
So, yeah, he was in White Lotus season 2, maybe? Yeah, season 2.
Oh,
he was
okay.
Jack. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that you see his face, yeah. So,
wow, okay.
That's who Elijah dropped as potentially being Aragorn, which I don't know.
I can see, you throw some long hair on him.
Yeah.
I can see him fitting the part, and honestly, kind of invoking a Viggo Mortensen-esque, at least with his eyes, I feel like I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it, somewhat of a Aragorn, Viggo Mortensen. What is happening over there?
Do you need to take a time out to go check your clicking?
Just like nothing's over there. I don't know what's going on.
Do you have a random lobster in your basement that's just clacking his claws?
Boy, I hope not. I hope not. If I do...
Zoidberg. You have Zoidberg in your basement.
Steve, you're a bigger Lord of the Rings guy than me. What do you think about recasting Viggo Mortensen with anybody, let alone it possibly being this Leo guy?
I mean, you and I are both, we've established multiple times, including already said once on this podcast, diehard Star Wars fans. And I know both of our thoughts on recasting any of those roles, and my thoughts are the same here. If you can find a actor good enough to do it, and you can tell a good story with it, I don't give a shit who's playing him.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm a diehard Wolverine fan. Give me someone other than Hugh Jackman.
Oh my God, please.
Like something.
Oh my God, please.
Yeah.
especially with what we've learned about Hugh Jackman in the last couple of weeks.
Very true.
Yeah. Did you see that trailer for him in that Sheep Detective movie, by the way?
That was the weirdest trailer I've ever seen.
Looks so dumb. I can't imagine. Like, it's crazy.
It got the thumbs up from the 8-year-old, but
whoa, okay. It got a maybe from my son. I got the maybe.
It wasn't a full blown like emphatic like we're doing this. It was like okay, yeah. It was
an emphatic no from me when I first saw it. I was like, wow. And like Emma Thompson is in it. It's like, how do they get Emma Thompson to be in this movie? She's an incredible actor. Why does she clearly needs a paycheck. She's doing this. Terrible looking movie. Go check out, what is it called? The Sheep Detectives or something? Sheep Detectives. Guys, that is the possibility to be magically bad. Possible magically bad.
It does. Yeah, the cast is stupid too. It is. Hugh Jackman, Emma Thompson,
Seth Rogen,
Nicholas Braun, what? Galatzine? Is that? I always.
Oh yeah, He-Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who else? There was another.
I'm pretty sure I heard Seth
Julia
Rogen.
Louis-Dreyfus, Bryan Cranston, Chris O'Dowd, Regina Hall, Patrick
Brett
Stewart.
Goldstein?
Yep, Bella Ramsey, Brett Goldstein, and Reese Darby.
Wow.
Like what? How much
Wild
money?
cast.
How many bags are you throwing out there? Like,
I mean, it's an Amazon, so it's an Amazon movie, so they got plenty of dollars to throw.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of money to throw around.
Yeah, Molly Gordon, Hong Chow, like.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What were we saying? Oh yeah, I think you and I are firmly, more or less, with I'm sure there's exceptions, but more or less, I think you and I are on the same page of like, just recast.
Yeah.
Just if it's hard to get the guy, if the person doesn't want to come back, or they're too old, and you don't de-age, don't use weird AI to fix the face, just recast the role. Just recast. Yeah. I will believe it. I will believe that it's Viggo. I will believe that it's Aragorn. I will believe that it's Luke Skywalker.
I have zero problems, like with Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo and Donald Glover as Lando. Like
zero.
Just send it full.
You know what? I had zero problems with Benjamin Bratt as Senator Bail Organa in Andor season 2. That's great. And that wasn't even Jimmy Smith just wasn't available.
Right.
It wasn't a thing he didn't want to do it. He just couldn't do it.
Right.
And it's
just
like,
timing
okay,
didn't
we're
work
going
out.
to recast. Yep. So great. Just do it.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a big deal. Figure it out.
Yep.
Figure it out, man. Anyway, so yeah, I think they're not going to cast somebody bad for this. They're going to take their time. They're going to make something good with who they have. They're going to fill the roles they need to fill with people that can fill them well. So. And
Brian brought up a good point in the chat that I forgot. If we're speaking about trailers for kids, did you?
Okay.
Did they show in any of the movies you saw this week? Because they showed it at Galaxy, the trailer for the animated Animal Farm movie, like George Orwell Animal Farm.
Yes. Yes.
I looked at my wife and I'm like, I don't know what to feel about this because they shouldn't have to make this movie for kids, but also I'm glad that they're making this movie so that, like,
Same. I just thought it was a regular, dumb animal movie, like a farm movie or whatever.
Right, and then as it kept unpeeling the onion.
Well, no, there was a title card that said, based on the novel by George Orwell.
Oh, okay.
And my wife and I looked at each other over my son, who's between us, because it was for Hoppers. We both looked at each other like, whoa, really? And like, I vaguely remember reading that they were making an Animal Farm movie. I did not expect it to be so blatantly for children.
Yeah.
I think it's good that it's for children.
Yeah.
Like you said. But it seems crazy.
A comedic take on Animal Farm is not something that was in my bingo card for this year.
Right. Okay. But did you catch when they said what it was rated?
What is it? PG or G11 plus or something?
They said PG, but not recommended for children under the age of 11 or something like that. Like it was like specific. It was in the narration. of the trailer said that.
Crazy.
So I was like, okay, well, they're clearly making it for kids, but like, it's clearly going to be a little more intense than, Super Mario Galaxy or whatever.
I mean, it's Animal Farm. Like,
yeah. And like, so I'm
spoiler
watching the
alert,
trailer.
guys, not a happy-go-lucky story.
No. An incredible book.
Yeah.
An incredible book. And I'm watching the trailer thinking like, I kept going back and forth, and maybe you did too, because I was like, ooh, they are ruining this.
100%.
And I was like, oh, okay, maybe they're not. Maybe it's I guess I just landed on they are clearly figuring out a way to make this more appealing. They're interpreting it in a new way to make it more appealing to kids, but it also seemed like they're retaining the same message of the book. I can't imagine that it's going to end as bleak as Animal Farm does, the book. But or maybe it does, and that's why they're specifying slightly older kids. I'm really curious about that. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna want to take my son to see it. I think,
and like
I think it's
that is the first time I've ever seen a rating like that.
Same. That's why I'm bringing it up. That's why I remembered it.
Just weird.
It was so specific. That it made me think that like this movie is right on the line of being PG-13. And something they do in this movie is enough to make them have to say that to kids. So I don't know what that is, but that, like, I was up and down the whole trailer, but hearing that at the end made me like, oh, I think we should go see this. I think this is something. See.
Speaking of casts, did you see that cast
of Animal Farm?
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
No, that also I think had Seth Rogen in it. I definitely recognized a bunch of voices, but I don't remember it because I was just so like I can't believe that this is
Seth Rogen, Gaten Matarazzo, Kieran Culkin, Glenn Close, Laverne Cox, Steve Buscemi, Woody Harrelson, Jim Parsons, Andy Serkis himself. Kathleen Turner and Aman Vellani.
Kathleen Turner?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow.
Yep.
Kathleen Turner.
So, that's a thing. We're just branching out here.
Wow. It's also directed by Andy Serkis.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Wow. What crazy kismet that we started. I mean, you brought it up because I mentioned Andy Serkis.
Weird.
But, yeah. He's really padding out his directorial.
Serkis began pre-production on the project after completing his directing duties for Sony's Venom: Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, that was his first movie. Crazy.
So yeah.
Wild. May 1st, Animal Farm comes out. I would be very interested. I'll be very interested in this.
Yeah. You know what else?
I'm so interested in it that I'm trying not to just start reading reviews while I'm live recording a podcast right now.
You know what else looks quite interesting?
What?
Something debuting tomorrow. Maul Shadowlord.
Maul Shadowlord comes out tomorrow. 2-episode debut on Disney Plus tomorrow. It's 2 episodes a week between tomorrow and May 4th.
Yep.
May the 4th. Leading up to Star Wars Day. Very, very cool. I'm very excited about this. And very cool. Apparently, we're not the only people excited about it. Apparently, Lucasfilm was also excited about it. So excited about it that they already announced a season 2. They've already greenlit a season 2 of Maul Shadowlord. And it hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good news. I think they must believe in the show. Unlike something they did not believe in that turned out to be a big deal for them, Wonder Man, which had next to no promotion at all, and then turned into be one of the best, most watched, and best reviewed live-action Marvel television series that they've made so far. Also got a season 2. And I'm real excited about that because I was not expecting any more Wonder Man based on just what we knew was like Disney and Marvel's like attitude towards it. Like not
Right.
promoting it. It doesn't seem like they care about it, but so excited to get a season 2 because I absolutely love season 1. Did you ever finish or start Wonder Man?
No, it's one of those where I'm
man.
like, I've just been waiting for. I probably
Yeah.
will start it one of these mornings.
Yeah.
Since I wake up at the ass crack at dawn way too often.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll throw it on.
good.
Throw it on while I'm
Really-
painting some minis or something, and take it all in.
Yeah. It's really great. It's just not about superpowers.
Right.
At all. It's just a good show. So I just know that going in. But yeah, how pumped are you for Maul Shadow Lord?
All the pumped.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
a proper term, but it is now. No, it like there's something about any of the Maul animation. I don't know if it's how Sam Witwer like conveys his voice or like just the history that's gone into it. Actually had a moment this morning with my son who hadn't gotten that far in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And was like, wait, how are they making a Maul series? He got cut in half. And I'm like, well, buddy, that means we got to watch more Clone Wars.
You want to watch more Clone Wars?
Oh, okay. I'm like, all right, game on. But yeah, no, like any of the animated iterations of him, be it, as the, older wizened Maul in Rebels, or, the guy pulling the strings on the Shadow Syndicate, or, working with Savage, or any of that. It's just like, even crazy ass Spider Maul. Like, every iteration of him in animation has been awesome. And if they think this is good enough to greenlight a season 2 already, then I'm in.
Yeah. They have plans. Like they have a story to tell, because it's not based on ratings.
Right.
It's based on enthusiasm, excitement for the show, and I'm sure whoever the showrunner is it Dave Filoni?
I don't know, actually.
Joint? He seems
not 100% sure.
Kind of too busy to have been
developed by Filoni, created by Filoni.
I mean, he's involved, obviously.
Executive producers. It doesn't really. Wikipedia is failing me here.
Oh man, come on, Wikipedia.
Matt McNovitz is the head writer. Brad Rao is supervising director, and a whole bunch of EPs.
Well, so he's not like the main guy. At least Filoni isn't. That's cool. But clearly they wanted a season 2 or whatever, so they're pushing, and it's combined with their story, their pitch for season 2, plus enthusiasm for the show, which is all over my algorithm, at least. I did see somebody on Threads posting about it, saying that they legitimately hate Darth Maul because they loved the character of Satine so much in Clone Wars, and just can't get behind that character. And they're like, I'm a Star Wars fan, so I'm going to begrudgingly watch this series, but I hope it's all about him failing. I'll be rooting for him to fail the whole time that I'm watching it. And I responded, I think from our Haven't Seen Star Wars Threads account, I responded and be like, this is like a semi-hot take that you hate Darth Maul, but totally justifiable if you like really connected with Satine. Then I totally get it. And fortunately for you, Dave Filoni himself has described Maul as like Sisyphus, right? He's like always pushing that boulder uphill, and he always fails. It's just over and over and over again. So, I think this person is in luck if they're rooting for him to fail. I think that he fails all the time.
Oh yeah,
that's like his thing.
Yeah, he really does. Now that you're thinking about, now that I think about that,
I mean, but he's got the power, he's got the talent. It just never happens for him. And we all know what happens to him in the end, anyway. But anyway, Steve, is it time to read some results from 2006 Syracuse Collectors Con Multiverse Report survey?
I believe it is.
Let's do it. I don't have any of the info in front of me, so it's all on you, my guy.
You do not. So
falls to you.
The first category we polled the audience on was your favorite non-Jedi X-Wing pilot.
Favorite non-Jedi X-Wing pilot. So basically just you can't pick Luke Skywalker.
Right. Unless
Or
you're
Rey, I guess.
unless you're going, well, I don't know if you ever flew an X-Wing.
She does fly an X-Wing she flies Luke's X-Wing to get from Ahch-To to Exegol in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
And I believe she also she takes the Falcon to Tatooine at the end.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
I think it's the Falcon.
You know you know me and my relationship with Rise of Skywalker.
I sure do, buddy.
So effectively, yes, there are in the the expanded universe, there's a ton of Jedi pilots that were freaking awesome, but
yeah,
that is not the case. We're not going down that rabbit hole. I wish I do. Hey, I've got a pile of these things here. Not that.
So because it was a multiple choice.
It was.
You could write in whoever, but we also had choices available.
Yeah,
so
we had some
read
options.
To the people what our choices were.
The choices on the card were Wedge Antilles, Jack Tano Porkins, Biggs Darklighter,
obviously,
Poe Dameron,
obviously,
Temmin Wexley, also known as Snap, Carson Teva,
obviously,
Jess Pava, who was one of the
obviously
actually got really expanded on in the comics, and that was good.
No idea who that is.
She was one of the Black Squadron pilots.
Okay.
Wes Jansen and Hobby Clivian, who
obviously
you do know Jansen.
I know Jansen. Yeah.
Nice shot, Jansen.
Nice shot, Jansen. Yeah.
So he was actually a X-Wing pilot in Rogue Squadron, as was Hobby Clivian.
Is his nickname? His nickname should be like Bill Nice Shot Jansen. You know what I mean? Like the Nice Shot would be like his actual nickname.
There you go.
Although, does he die?
No, Wes Jansen lives. Dak Ralter is the one who dies. That's Luke's gunner.
Dak dies. That's right.
And then from the X-Wing series of books, because I had to put them on there, Tygo Selchu and Gavin Darklighter, who is Biggs's cousin, who ends up leading Rogue Squadron at one point.
Biggs's cousin.
Yep. So, and Tygo Selchu is a ex-Imperial pilot who defects, and long story, really good pilot. Also a member of Rogue Squadron. So, Mike, what would your opinion on this have been? I feel like the audience, if you've watched more than one show that we've talked Star Wars, understands my opinion on this. But where would you go?
It's tough. It's tough. Because they straight up say in, I think it's Force Awakens, that Poe Dameron is like the greatest pilot ever. Like they specifically say that out loud. So for me, it would be between Poe and Wedge. But I think I would go with Wedge out of nostalgia.
He's the only one with two Death Stars painted.
He's got 2 Death Stars.
However,
2 Death Stars. I mean, Poe has a Star Killer base.
True.
Right?
And whatever the hell happened to Exegol.
Yeah. Yeah. But also, Wedge has more. But Wedge also fights in Exegol. He's not in an X-Wing.
True.
Which,
still,
how the fuck do you get that actor?
How do you get Dennis Lawson back and not?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, like
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Put that helmet on him. Get him in a goddamn X-Wing.
That's almost the most thing that makes me mad about Rise of Skywalker at this point is like, how do you just put him in the Falcon? Get him in a fucking X-Wing. You idiots. He should be leading that shit.
Oh, God.
So it's insane. That's insane that he's not in an X-Wing.
Is that the only
Wedge.
movie that does technically feature both him and his nephew?
Wait, his nephew is Poe?
No, his nephew is Ewan McGregor. Dennis Lawson's nephew is
Ewan
Ewan McGregor.
In real life. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry. I was making up some kind of connection to another pilot that was a swing and a miss.
No, but actually I believe Snap is his stepson.
Okay. I knew there was like some connection to that character, to the Wedge character. I had heard that he is the, what'd you say, grandson, godson?
Nephew.
Nephew.
Yep.
Neither of those things. He's the nephew Ewan McGregor is David Lawson's nephew.
Yep.
And Ewan McGregor has also been longtime romantic partners with the woman whose name I can't remember right
Mary
now.
Elizabeth Winstead?
Who played Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who plays Hera Syndulla in Ahsoka.
Who
big Star Wars family.
Hera Syndulla does make a write-in appearance in this poll.
Good for her. Because I think this question came from, like, you and I were brainstorming questions. And I think I said, who's a better pilot, Han Solo or Hera Syndulla?
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, should we like span the choices? Should we narrow it down? Whatever. And it ended up being X-Wing pilot. But
yep.
So fate that somebody wrote her in.
Because she did in Rebels technically fly an X-Wing. Because I called out the dude on that, and he was like, "No, I brought receipts." I was like, "All right."
Yep, he had the episode title.
Like, I appreciate when you can bring the receipts.
Episode. Yeah.
Yep.
It's great.
So I guess coming in at one vote each: Hera Syndulla, Wes Jansen, Tycho Selchu, Gavin Darklighter, Jess Pava, and Snap Wexley. All got a single vote each.
Okay.
Even though he went down real quick, Jack Tano Porkins got 5 votes.
Yeah.
Similarly, went down not quite as quick, but he's no longer with us. Biggs Darklighter with 7.
Strong support for Biggs Darklighter, a guy who did not survive the only battle we saw him in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Got name recognition.
So of the 50 votes tallied for this, 15 of them went to Wedge Antilles, with 17 going to Poe Dameron.
Whoa! Poe takes it. Oh my God.
Upset.
That's a shock to me.
Upset of the year.
That is an upset.
Now,
I see it. Like I said, they say he's the best pilot that the Resistance has or whatever. They outright say it. But wow, I did not expect that.
So
Poe Dameron. Wow.
Similar to one of our later questions that I did some tallying on that as well. I'm relatively convinced that a lot of those Biggs votes should have gone to Wedge.
Oh, and they just didn't know the name?
Just didn't know who was who, but they saw Biggs in the earlier scene, so they think he was the one that survived, and he was not. But either way, Poe Dameron takes it down.
All right. Congratulations, Poe Dameron. We'll send you your award.
We had on Sunday, we did the vote for Best Joker.
That's right. I forgot we even asked that question. Yeah.
We did. And we had I think I put together a pretty comprehensive list from Cesar Romero all the way to Joaquin Phoenix, including Cameron Monaghan, Jack Nicholson, Jared Leto, Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger. Like we got the full gamut in there. A number of them got 0 votes. Joaquin Phoenix got 2.
Okay.
And then the rest is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Jack Nicholson comes in with 9.
Okay.
The animated Mark Hamill Joker comes in with 11, and Heath Ledger with 13. Just out of general people, I would have expected Ledger to run away with it. However,
yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that Ledger wins, but yeah, you're right. I thought it would be a little bit higher than that. But a lot of people were talking about Batman the Animated Series when they were answering that question. A lot of people were saying, Hamill's Joker is just, because, comic book people, you and me have both said this, and people that were coming up to our table to answer this question said, when I read a comic book and Joker's in it, I'm hearing Mark Hamill in my head.
100%.
So, if at a Comic-Con, those are the kind of people you're talking to, you're going to get a good showing from Mark Hamill. And you know what? Congratulations, Mark Hamill. But not quite pulling it off this week or this time.
No, that would have.
I mean,
that's
Multiverse Report.
I believe that is
will be sent to Heath Ledger.
Posthumously. Yeah.
Posthumously.
That
I didn't say that word at all.
That's actually it's the second time the animated series has come in second. Because Conroy came in second as well.
Conroy.
So some good good solid showings there. Next up is our favorite Marvel onomatopoeia. Now, we had this out both days.
We did. And I just want to take full credit for coming up with this question because I think it's a great question and I'm proud of it. And we were trying to figure out, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. It's a good question, and I was happy with it. That's all I want to say.
Yep. It was a good question.
Pat myself on the back. Thank you.
Now, I personally believe that we did this over both days. We got 73 responses on it. Mike and I had a theory that people weren't quite understanding the assignment. And I believe that the way the data was taken proves that to be true.
Okay.
So day one, I just had Bamf, Thwip, and Snikt as options. Now, any comic readers,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Any comic readers immediately can, see those words written out and hear the sound in their head.
Yeah.
Day two, I put the actual pictures next to them. And I believe, judging by the way that the results drastically changed, that was definitely a part of why day one, my boy here, Nightcrawler, got a ton of the votes. So day one,
ton of votes.
There was 47 votes tallied. 22 of them were for Bamf.
Yeah.
I'm in my brain assuming that a number of them were strictly because of the general pop culture
the
acronym. Whereas 17 were
at least
tallied
one
for Thwip.
person, at least straight up said that's why they were voting for Bamf. So we were like, oh, maybe people don't understand that
something's
this
not
is
right here.
People don't know what an onomatopoeia is. They think this is an acronym, and they just don't know what Thwip and Snikt stand for. But they know that Bamf is badass motherfucker, so I'm going to vote for it.
Yeah. So Snikt came in at 8, Thwip at 17, Bamf at 22 on day one.
Wow. Running away with it. But day two.
Day two, this is with the pictures, Bamf, 2 votes.
Whoa.
Out of the 26 tallied.
Wow.
Thwip 14, Snikt 10. Which is closer to where you and I expected that vote to be the first day, like when we were, prognosticating on this.
Right.
So the final Thwip did end up taking it. Of the 73 votes tallied, they got 31. Bamf at 24, 22 of which were day one, and Snikt came in at 18. So,
well, congratulations, Thwip. You deserve it. Any of the nominees deserve it, I believe.
Day one, both of us were very, very confused that Snikt didn't
I thought Snikt was really gonna.
I
thought Bamf would be the lowest one.
Yeah.
I thought Bamf was easily the lowest one, but I'm not thinking of it like badass motherfucker. I'm thinking of it like an acronym, or like a onomatopoeia.
Right. You're seeing it on the page.
Intended.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was thinking Spider-Man and Wolverine are more popular characters, and therefore their onomatopoeias will be more popular. But that's not the way it turned out.
Alas.
But congratulations, Thwip. Thwip will be sending your award to Marvel Comics Studios.
We'll send it to the Daily Bugle, wherever that may be.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Next up is Doomsday.
Oh yeah.
We asked
a lot of questions.
We did. There's one more after this too. Doomsday, basically because Doomsday and Dune came out or are coming out on the same day. Wow, words are hard right now. Which people were more excited for.
Right. And there has been a rumor this week. Wasn't really enough for me to put on the rundown. There was a rumor this week that Doomsday might be moving away.
Yeah.
So they don't come out on the same day. Not the worst decision if they decide to move, I think. But
the rumor was they wanted to
that they are coming up.
Yeah, the rumor was they wanted to guarantee a weekend of IMAX screens.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had 3 write-in votes. One for Project Hail Mary because, I'm not gonna. I had to put that. I had to acknowledge it because it's such a goddamn good movie.
But I'm also not sure that Project Hail Mary is going to be in theaters this fall.
No, not at all.
When these other two movies are coming out. Yeah.
Neither are the other two movies. Supergirl got one write-in vote, and Sonic 4 got one write-in vote.
Okay.
Mind you,
interesting choices.
On these tally sheets, there was no spot for a write-in vote.
No, this was an either or.
Yeah.
And like we talked about earlier, I'm rooting for Supergirl to do very well, but I don't think it's going to be in theaters in November.
No.
And I don't know much about Sonic 4, but I don't think it's coming out this year. So
yeah, I don't know when that is coming out.
Good luck, Sonic 4. Good luck. Maybe you will compete against.
27. So
yeah. Yep. Okay. Never
so
mind. I received my wishes of luck.
In the Doomsday versus Dune Pantheon, no, head to head. What are your thoughts?
It's really hard. It's really hard for me. It's really hard, and part of the reason it's hard is because I haven't seen a full trailer for Doomsday. Based on right now, I'd be more interested in Dune Part 3.
Yeah.
A trailer for Doomsday may change all that, or how Spider-Man Brand New Day, the post-credit scene for Spider-Man, you know, might change that.
How that ties things in.
I don't know.
Yep.
But right now it's Dune. To be honest with you, it's Dune.
Well, the general populace does not in any way, shape, or form agree with you.
I didn't think so.
So 82 votes tallied for this. We asked it both days. Dune, 17.
Ooh.
Doomsday, 62.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
Jesus.
If you're polling a random con audience, Marvel's got nothing to worry about. However,
wow, good for them.
I don't know. There's a reason that they're thinking of moving this. So
yeah. Interesting. All right.
Yep.
All right. Was that the last one, or you said you had one more?
No, we have the battles.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
We asked this. We've asked this at past cons, I believe. But we had a bunch of the tally sheets left over, so we tossed it out there. Who would win in a fight? Superman versus Hulk, Batman versus Daredevil, and Kylo Ren versus Darth Maul.
And regardless of the answers that you read, Steve, you and I have definitively answered all of these. And we believe that there are correct answers to these. So regardless of what the con thinks, you and I know, Steve, you and I, we know the truth, regardless of what other people say.
Well, we do have, the two of us have had some controversy on the second question.
Yeah, but I thought we came to a resolution on it.
I think yes and no.
First matchup versus second matchup.
So the first matchup, Superman versus Hulk, the con agreed with the appropriate answer that Superman would beat the Hulk.
Superman would win. Yes.
Again, we went back and forth between which version of Hulk, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole lot of questions that could be asked. One way or another, when it comes down to it, Superman versus Hulk, Clark Kent will likely win. Kal-El will likely win.
Kal-El will figure it out. Yep.
29-13 was how the con voted.
All right. Wow. Sizable.
Yep. So that was pretty emphatic. In our other cut and dried vote, Kylo versus Maul, both of us believe that the Shadow Lord would take it down without a question. Basically, he's learned to harness things, whereas Kylo is just raw and full-blown emotion, and that's it.
Kylo would be blinded by rage, and Darth Maul has more patience than Kylo Ren, and I think it would be a good fight. I don't think it would be like over super quick. It would be a fun battle, but Darth Maul would pull it out, sure.
Which we will see very similar fights against Inquisitors coming up tomorrow.
That's right.
Maul 31, Kylo 11.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
So another emphatic win.
Yep.
The third one, Batman versus Daredevil, was also an emphatic decision.
Okay.
Now, I know we went back and forth a couple of times on this, and that when you look at Batman against Daredevil, first time they meet, I'm of the opinion that Daredevil takes it.
Yes.
Straight up,
That's what
if they're fighting for the first time, Daredevil takes it down. As always, if
because
Batman has time to prepare,
Batman would not. If Batman would not inherently know that Daredevil has enhanced senses or that he was even blind.
Right.
So, as Daredevil often does, he would use those to his advantage and take out Batman. But then Batman, as you were about to say, on a second matchup, Batman would have time to think about it. And if they fought a second time, Batman would beat Daredevil.
Right. And I think that's
what
where we
thought,
landed.
But that's not the question. So I guess we're saying initial matchup, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's the way we phrased it was pretty open ended. So you can interpret it how you will.
Okay.
The populace interpreted it as Batman was going to beat the flying shit out of Matt Murdock, 30-12.
Whoa.
So,
wow.
All of these were decided by approximately the same margin.
Yeah. Wow, you're right.
Yeah. Superman Batman Mall was so I had my son helping tally the votes, and he was giving me the rundowns on like what they were, what the votes were. And the amount of times I heard him say Superman Batman Mall was like, okay, like that's what the populace wants.
Yeah.
So
damn.
But in general,
you and I talked about the Batman Daredevil thing for a long time. We had like a long discussion about it. I mean, and that's the solution we came to. Is that they had to fight twice and they would both win.
Yep. Yeah. So it is what it is, and that's where the Syracuse community has put these results.
Wow, great to know.
Yeah.
But what the Syracuse community really wants to know is who won that cool Wolverine print that we teased earlier.
Well, I have a fancy thing going on here that I might be able to show you.
Oh, he's got a fancy thing. Get ready, YouTube watchers. There's a fancy thing coming up. If you're just listening, just don't be excited at all. Just roll your eyes and be upset that we're doing a visual thing. And just to make you even more mad, we're going to be quiet for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I had to add my mic back in because I had screwed that up prior. So,
no, you're fine.
Now the populace can hear me. Before you could hear me, but nobody else could. So
great.
Everybody who put their name in is on this wheel of whatever. And
you got a wheel. You got a fancy wheel.
How do I spin the wheel? Click on the wheel.
We are professional podcasters. Thank you for listening to us as we learn how to spin a digital wheel in real time. I was always amused when you were explaining that we were auctioning off the Wolverine print to people who were filling out questions. You'd say we're also auctioning off this Wolverine print, and you'd point, and people would follow your arm like
way past it,
way too far away, as if you were pointing to something like 30 feet away. They'd be like looking down the row at somebody else's booth, like, what is he talking? They're auctioning something else from that other person. What? They'd be so confused. But then, like, I would see confusion in their face, and then I would see them choose to tell you that they pretend they know what you're pointing at. Very funny.
Okay, I figured it out.
Have we spun?
No, there's literally a button that says interact in my streaming software that I should have seen that says interact.
We got it.
So this spin is the spin.
Okay, here we go. That was a wheel spinning. It's my impression of a spinning wheel. Are you ready to announce the winner?
The winner is...
Drum roll.
I don't know.
Whoa, it's a long spin. It's still going.
No, it's not still going. It is Kim K.
Kim K
has won it.
Kim K, congratulations. You won an awesome Wolverine
You did.
print.
You won.
Just from stopping by and talking to us
That
and
cool
answering our dumb, nerdy questions. Congratulations, Kim K. We will contact you and give you this.
We will.
You're welcome.
Welcome to the first ever Multiverse Report giveaway.
It really is. Hey, it's our first giveaway. We did it, Steve. Thanks, everybody. We did it. Thanks for your encouragement. Steve, I have a comic book to review. Can you believe it?
I can,
It's
Mike.
been an age.
I can.
It's been an age since
I also
reviewed
have
a comic
one.
book.
But
well, I can't wait to hear about that.
You fire away first, sir.
Well, I was very excited to be assigned to review a book that is in my pull list this week. Easy peasy for me. Batman. We're not talking about any like weird indie title I got to sell you on. No, this is Batman we're talking about. Writer, Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez on art. This has been a dream team. Listeners of the show will know I've talked about how much I love the current Batman run. Matt Fraction writing, incredible. Jimenez has been on Batman for a long time with a few different writers on and off. But he is just still absolutely crushing it. In order to read number 8, I had to read number 7, which I owned already and had not read. Number 7 is Joker related in a way that I first thought was going to be like, great, I don't need more Joker. And then turned out to be something incredibly cool that I loved. So high praise for issue 7 as well. No spoilers. Number 8 was also great. I love this book. There's like 3 storylines going on at the same time. One involving Batman meeting with Alan Scott, the original Green Lantern, to pick his brain about how to deal with Vandal Savage being the current police commissioner of Gotham City.
Mm-hmm.
Another storyline is Vandal Savage, current police commissioner of Gotham City, meeting with current mayor of Gotham City, Pamela Isley.
Huh. Weird.
That's right. I have not caught up on my Poison Ivy, but apparently at some point in that run, she becomes mayor of Gotham City. And Vandal Savage is trying to convince her to sign an official agreement to outlaw Batman and Robin and outlaw vigilantes in Gotham. And there's another kind of abstract, it's about 2 black men walking home at night, an older man and a young man, and talking about their experience in Gotham. I thought was very kind of like moving and insightful in ways. I'm not sure where it is going narratively. I'm not sure how it fits into the larger story of Batman, but the way it ends is kind of cliffhangery and makes me want to know more. So I will definitely be getting issue 9 because, like I said, it's on my pull list. And this also hits on things that this run has done a couple times. That Dr. Zeller, and forgetting her name, she's been a new character introduced in this run. Continually in number 7, continues to challenge Batman on how he treats mentally ill criminals like the Joker, and kind of forcing him to solve problems in a new way. And it's just really like a new light and a new shine on this character that I really love. So again, I've been singing the praises of this run since it started, but jump on the Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez Batman run, DC. They're only on issue 8, and a lot of them are standalone issues. A lot of them you can read without having to read anything else, which is great. And that's my review. Steve, over to you for your comic review. What do you got for us?
I have a very itchy shoulder is what I have right now, Mike.
Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's so itchy.
I have Marvel's aforementioned, but now back in a different form, Wonder Man #1.
Wonder Man #1 certainly doesn't look like the TV show version, but it makes sense that
is not Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
No, not at all.
That is the classic Simon Williams with his classic costume, written by Jerry Duggan and multiple Eisner Award-winning artist Mark Buckingham.
Damn, that's a good team.
Yeah, so Duggan, I mean, he's had his ups and downs. His Krakoa era work was definitely a down, but that might just be the X fan in me. In general, like he it's a solid, it's a solid number one. I always love when we get number ones from Funky Town, because it's always like, well, it's an issue that just sets up stuff. In this case, it does, but it also, they call back to, Simon meets his old roommate from jail and gets, goes back and forth with a couple of different art styles, some stuff that looks like old film.
Cool.
They bounce around with a bunch of different things. They basically, it's kind of an interesting setup. Hellcat makes a return. So
hell yeah.
It's
nice.
overall,
I really like that art style.
Yeah, it's really well done. There's a bunch of the, I guess, LA superhero West Coast Avengers style folks floating around.
Yeah.
The book ends, like the issue ends, leaving on a cliffhanger, with Warren Zevon's Lawyers, Guns, and Money alluded to being playing in the background. Just the chorus, the Lawyers, Guns, and Money, the shit has hit the fan. Yeah. So overall, if you're a fan of Wonder Man or a fan of West Coast Avengers or anything in that vein, or just a fan of really cool like art, because Buckingham does Buckingham things, it's solid. Like I would recommend it.
If they can successfully relaunch Wonder Man, that would definitely be a feat, I think, for Marvel. So off to a good start, I guess.
Well, you got to ride that high of the, coming off the show.
Yeah, right. I wonder how long after. I wonder when they started planning this book. When it was like, the show might be kind of good, or people kind of like this show. Quick, let's get a book out.
Let's push it.
I don't know.
Oh, this was supposed to be in 3 months? Okay, this is coming out now.
Yeah, it's happening this week, This week in your local comic book store, you may find the following books: Absolute Green Lantern, number 13, Action Comics, number 1097, Amazing Spider-Man, 26, Black Cat, number 9, Bleeding Hearts, number 3, Blood and Thunder, number 12, Die Loaded, number 6, Emperor Aquaman, number 16, The End, 2099, number 5, Free Planet, 11, The Fury of Firestorm, number 1, Green Lantern Corps, number 15, Iron Man, number 4, Neighborhood Watch, number 1, Nice House by the Sea, number 9, Sirens, Love Hurts, number 3, Something is Killing the Children, number 46, Star Wars, Shadows of Maul, number 2, Supergirl, number 12, Transformers 31, Uncanny X-Men 26, Web of Venom, number 1, and Wolverine 18. A lot of cool books coming out this week. In one of the Batman books that I read today, there was a preview at the end. I think it was Batman number 8. Like, they'll give you a preview of an upcoming book. Sometimes at the end, the last like 3 or 4 pages was a bit of Fury of Firestorm, number 1, a new number 1 for long-running DC character Firestorm. And it seemed very interesting and very dark in ways that I've always kind of thought the character could go. I've never really read a lot of solo Firestorm, but it seems like they keep him kind of like upbeat. And this seemed, I always thought like the power of the character is that he can manipulate molecules and change and just change things into other things.
Right.
Depending, like he can change the literal molecular structure. He can do anything. He can like change anything and anything, which is crazy. And I always thought somebody like that could be written slightly darker in a way, and this seems like they're getting it. Anyway, I don't know. I was impressed by the Fury of Firestorm, so I might pick that up.
Nice.
Also, I don't know. I guess I'm waiting for a trade of Sirens Love Hurts, because I've heard that that's really good, but I haven't gotten the first 2, and probably not going to pick up issue 3. So whatever. But
there you go.
What about you? Anything looking good this week for you?
Transformers and Uncanny. I'm back on the Uncanny train.
Oh, all right.
Gail Simone got
I
me
heard
back.
that was really great. I've been hearing Gail Simone's crushing it. Yeah.
Yep. So, back on that wagon, and going from there. It's It's been, catching up on. It's been good. I'm still many issues behind, but don't particularly want to get stuck that far behind again. So
right,
we're back on the uncanny wagon, man.
Nice, good for you. Good for you.
The Shadows of Maul I'm very interested in as well, but I don't know if I grab number 1. I likely, just because it's me, I will grab number 2. But we'll see where that goes, if it's something that's worth it or not.
Cool. I also got to catch up with Something Is Killing the Children someday.
I kept thinking about that. Every time you mention it, I'm like, yeah, I should find a way to catch up on that, and then realize that it's just not going to happen.
I know. There's too much going on.
Like maybe
too much going on.
Maybe once it finishes or whatever, I'll get some sort of collected. But
like an omnibus or whatever.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That's all I have to say, except that make sure to go and subscribe to Haven't Seen Star Wars wherever you get your podcasts. Our spinoff podcast that's dropping May the 4th. Go listen to that trailer. Follow us on socials at Haven't Seen Star Wars. Follow us on socials at the Multiverse Report, Threads, Instagram, that kind of thing. Is that everything, Steve? Is that
I think so.
That you always
That's
say?
the usual rundown. I believe if you're listening to this in your ear holes that the Haven't Seen Star Wars trailer is probably in your podcast feed. I think I tossed it up in the Multiverse Report feed as well. So if you haven't heard that, you should hear that. And
check it out.
Yeah.
And like we said, like us, subscribe us, this podcast, and Haven't Seen Star Wars as well. That would be very appreciative. And until next time, as the 2 suns set over the burnt corpses of Owen and Beru Lars, we say thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the multiverse.